Before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below saying I subscribed. We will personally reply to your comment. Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Fantastic 10, where we rank anything and everything. Spells played the most important part in the Harry Potter movie franchise. You can use spells for anything, and today we will be concentrating on top 10 spells, at least in our opinion, that can come in handy in our day-to-day life if you are a part of the Wizarding world. In number 10, we have Accio, or also known as Summoning Chum. This is a charm that summons an object towards the caster. In short, it reduces human effort in search for an object like we muggles do. It is able to summon objects in direct sight of the caster, as well as things out of view by calling the object aloud after the incantation. The object must be clear in the caster's mind before trying to summon it. There are a few exceptions to this spell where it cannot be used, such as on buildings and living objects, such as flabberworms. Harry also discovered that this spell cannot be used to summon Horcruxes in Harry Potter and Half-Blood Prince, where he tried to summon Salazar Slytherin's fake locket in the Crystal Cave, and the same goes to Hermione in Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows in Gringotts. We are not sure whether Horcruxes generally cannot be summoned by this charm, or because of the enchantments in the building Horcruxes have been placed. No magical enchantments work in Gringotts, and Lord Voldemort has placed advanced magic in places he thought Horcruxes, as stated by Professor Albus Dumbledore. Harry Potter also used it to summon the sword of Gryffindor from the frozen pool in the Forest of Dean, but it was unsuccessful. Hermione Granger has taught this charm to Harry Potter prior to the first task in Triwizard Tournament, where Harry Potter has used it quite remarkably to summon his firebolt to outmaneuver the Hungarian Horntail during the first task of the Triwizard Tournament, which has led him to tie up in the first place with Pictocrum after the first task. Later that year in the same movie, Harry Potter has used the spell to summon the Triwizard Cup, which had been made a portkey in order to escape Lord Voldemort and his Death Eaters from the Little Hangleton graveyard, carrying Cedric Diggory's corpse. The next spell is Lumos, or also known as Wand Lightning Spell. This is a charm that illuminates the tip of the caster's wand, allowing the caster to see in the dark. The counter charm for the spell is the Wand Extinguishing Charm, Nox, which is used to extinguish the light from the caster's wand. There are a few variants of the Lumos spell that has been used in Harry Potter franchise movies. First is Lumos Maxima, that produces a blinding flash of bright white light from tip of the wand. Next is Lumos Solem. This is a charm used to produce a blinding flash of sunlight. Hermione Granger used this spell to free Ron Weasley from Devil's Snare in the film adaptation of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Lumos used to light the Magnolia Crescent when he spotted Sirius Black in his Animagus form in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. In number 8, we have Alohomora, the Unlocking Charm. It is a charm that unlocks objects such as doors or windows. It is also able to open doors locked by the locking spell, and as such acts as its counter charm. Magical locks also existed and were placed on several doors but could be unlocked with this charm. One of the pioneers that has used this spell is Lord Voldemort himself, where he used it to break into the Potter's house before murdering James and Lily Potter and trying to murder their son Harry Potter at Godric Hollow, which was described in Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. Other than him, Hermione Granger has used this spell to open a forbidden entrance on the third floor corridor of Hogwarts Castle when spotted by Mrs. Norris. In number 7, we have Agua Monte, the water-making spell. It was a charm that conjured a jet of clean drinkable water from the tip of the caster's wand. We are first introduced to this action of producing water by Fleur Delacour, who conjured water non-verbally in the first task of the Triwizard Tournament so as to put out the flames of a common Welsh green dragon. Harry Potter used it to fill Albus Dumbledore's crystal goblet in Crystal Cave, but the potion inside goblet caused it to dry up before entering his mouth. Later, after that incident, Harry used the spell again with Hagrid to put out the fire on Hagrid's hut after a Death Eater has set it on fire during the Battle of the Astronomy Tower. During the Battle of Hogwarts, Harry attempted to douse Vincent Crabbe's Fiendfire with this charm, but it was ineffective as the cursed flames evaporated the water instantly. We have Incendio or fire-making charm in number 5. This spell conjured a jet of flames that could be used to set things alight. This might be the first act of magic with wand that has been shown in the first movie, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, when Hagrid used it non-verbally to light a fire in the grate in the hut in which the Dursleys and Harry Potter were staying to avoid the barrage of Harry's Hogwarts letters. In Harry Potter and Half-Blood Prince, Professor Dumbledore used this spell non-verbally, combined with a flame-freezing charm, to demonstrate his magical ability to Tom Riddle in a Muggle orphanage. In Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows, both Hermione Granger and Harry Potter used this spell to try and destroy the locket of Salazar Slytherin, but failed to do so. In number 5, we have Reparo, the Mending Chum, also known as Repairing Charm. This is a charm that can be used to repair a broken object and works on most material. However, damage caused by certain rare powerful curses such as Fiendfire are impossible to undo. Oculus Reparo is the first spell that Hermione had performed in Harry Potter and Philosopher's Stone. She used it to repair Harry's glasses in the railway carriage compartment which shown in the movie. She also used the same spell to repair his glasses on the Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets. This charm does not seem to work on objects of powerful and complex magic such as vanishing cabinets and wands. Draco Malfoy proved the former by having spent almost an entire school year to repair the damaged cabinet through other means due to the complexity of the magical passage. For snapped wands, although this charm can repair the physical form, the magical capacity would be damaged beyond repair, as what has happened to Harry's wand. Harry and Hermione tried to mend Harry's wand but unsuccessful. The sole exception goes to the Elder Wand, which repaired Harry's wand due to the strength and magnitude of the Elder Wand. Harry used the Elder Wand to repair his own broken one, which worked due to the power of the Elder Wand possessors. There are speculation that Albus Dumbledore has used his Elder Wand to fix Hagrid's snapped wand. The fourth useful spell is Protego, also known as Shield Charm. This charm protects the caster with an invisible shield that reflects spells and blocks physical entities. There are multiple variations of the shield charm. Protego Horribilis is a powerful shield charm against dark magic where it is shown cast by Professor Flitwick in an attempt to strengthen the castle's defenses in the Battle of Hogwarts. Protego Maxima is a powerful shield charm against dark magic, a stronger and bigger version of Protego, especially when combined with other wizards casting it at the same time, shown by teachers and members of the Order of the Phoenix during the Battle of Hogwarts securing the castle. Finally, Protego Totalum protects an area for an extended period of time, shown by Hermione and Harry securing their campsite on the run searching for Horcruxes. In Harry Potter and Half-Blood Prince, he once used the charm to defend himself against Professor Snape's Legimancy during occlumency training and found himself unexpectedly seeing some of Snape's unhappy childhood memories. Harry used the charm multiple times during the Battle of Hogwarts to protect Neville Longbottom, Seamus Finnegan and Hannah Abbott from Voldemort, and did the same with Molly Weasley after she killed Bellatrix Lestrange. Harry's shield charms were so powerful they were able to block curses from Lord Voldemort himself. The third spell is Wingardium Leviosa, the levitation charm. Hermione Granger was the first student in her charms class to master the spell in the first lesson. While doing so, she attempted to teach Ron Weasley how to correctly cast the spell, much to his annoyance. Later after the incident, Ron used this spell to defeat a troll which Professor Quirrell has let into the school. In the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secret movies, Harry used the spell to make cupcakes filled with sleeping draught to float for Crabbe and Goyle to grab so they can meet up with Draco later under the effect of Polyjuice potion. Harry used the spell during the Battle of the Seven Potters in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows to levitate the sidecar he was sitting in after it was separated from the motorbike it was connected. The second most useful spell is Capacious Extremis, also known as Extension Chum. This is a charm that expands the internal dimensions of an object without affecting the external dimensions, enhancing its capacity and rendering its contents lighter. This charm was advanced magic and heavily controlled by the Ministry. Arthur Weasley used the Extension Charm among others on his flying Ford Anglia. It was able to fit all of the Weasleys living at the Bureau at the time, Harry Potter and all of their luggage comfortably. Molly did not recognize it for what it was. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Hermione Granger used this charm on her small beaded handbag so that she was able to pack all the supplies she believed she would need while hunting down Lord Voldemort's Horcruxes with Harry Potter and Ron Weasley. This includes books, changes of clothes, money, Harry's cloak of invisibility, and healing supplies. Eventually, Hermione also placed the portrait of Phineas Nigellus Black that had previously been in 12 Grimmauld Place in her bag. Family tents were also infused with this charm in order to make them more inhabitable. The official cars used by the Ministry were also fitted with these charms as standard issue. The number one spell that is most useful in daily life of a wizard is Expelliarmus, the disarming charm. This charm that forces whatever an opponent is holding to fly out of their hand. It is common to see this spell used in duels to make an opponent lose their wand. This is a signature spell of Harry Potter. This spell, first introduced by Professor Severus Snape, used to disarm Professor Lockhart during teaching students at the dueling club in the Great Hall. Harry used the spell in Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets to disarm Professor Lockhart in his office. He and his friends used to disarm Severus Snape in the Shrieking Shack in the third book. In Harry Potter and Goblet of Fire, Harry used it to duel with Lord Voldemort in Little Hangleton. Lord Voldemort used the Killing Curse and Harry used Expelliarmus. These resulted in Prior Incantatem. In Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, he teaches it to the Dumbledore's army members. When Zachariah Smith was rolling his eyes and told the spell can never save one against Lord Voldemort, Harry said quietly, "I've used it against him. It saved my life." Draco Malfoy used it to disarm Albus Dumbledore during the Battle of the Astronomy Tower before fleeing with Snape and the other Death Eaters. Only few knew this information, and this event is the turning point of the whole series, where Draco becomes the master of the Elder Wand without him moving. Later, Harry took Draco's wand from him forcefully, so Harry became the rightful master of the Elder Wand. Harry used this curse against Lord Voldemort and eventually killed him by rebounding Voldemort's killing curse at the finale, so the simple spell can come in handy at many times.
Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe to our channel and keep on supporting us. Have a good day.